Okay. Um, should be captured. Um, let me. Okay, we're going to study today. Looks a bit weird. Especially since my background is a very similar color to this color. Hang on, can I do something to change the color? Am I not able to chat? OBS is not saying I'm able to chat. Hang on, let me just type something real quick. Okay, it works. I changed my profile picture. I think it might take some time for it to fully update, but it changed. This wasn't exactly the look I was planning on going with originally, but whatever. We're going to change the color though, just to make it look a little bit less weird. Let's do orange because it contrasts with the blue, so therefore you can see my paper better. Yeah, that's a good idea, right? Okay, so research. Okay, so for one thing, I guess we should write down or list. Hang on, let me block my door because I think everyone's about to go to sleep, so I should try to muffle my sound if I can. BRB, I guess. Okay, so for one thing, kind of going we kind of don't know anything, or I okay, it's better to say I don't know anything, right? Like I know very simple things like cooking companion one, like the main person or the main character was actually Baba Yaga and they were the one who caused everything. And I also know that Kurt in Dreadwood. Oh, wait, I should mention spoilers. Oh shit. Oh well. Um, no one's here anyways. I'll put that as a warning. Later. No one's gonna come here and be like. No one's gonna come here unless they want to know more about the story, though. So, assumingly, they have finished the story, right? No one like the thing is the only people who would find this are people who are actively looking for more materials. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Okay, so Cooking Companion 1, Baba Yaga is the main character, and Kurt is Koshei the Deathless, right? That is what we know, or like those are the two most common theories. I mean, I guess they're not really theories if they like. At least Baba Yaga has been confirmed by the creators, and Baba Yaga does show up in Dreadweights officially, like name dropped and everything. So, those are two things we should look into, but specifically Baba Yaga and any myths connected to them. Cause the thing with like Koshei the Deathless is like their story is directly connected to Baba Yaga, or like Baba Yaga makes an appearance in this story. So I think any myths that relate to Baba Yaga is like free game to be in the potential next game. Cause Dreadweights has a bit of a sequel hook with like them mentioning like, oh, what are we gonna do next and stuff like that, and moving on to the next things and stuff like that. I don't know. So I do want to list down some extra stuff if I can. So, this is not really like a very professional kind of thing. I'm just kind of doing whatever. uh, Baba Yaga and the Boogeyman are the same person? What? Wait. Actually, no, I remember my friend mentioned that. Oh, wait, I just realized I spelled Baba Yaga wrong. I'm so sorry. Baba. I'm saying it right, but I'm spelling it wrong. Actually, maybe I could ask my friend, does he want to hang out with me tonight? Be like, would you like to listen to me study? Something completely unimportant as well. Or like more so something not unimportant, but not something like that benefits me directly in the long run, I guess. Baba Yaga was in John Wick? What the fuck? Hmm. Let's see. Or more so, let me think. Okay, so one thing we can try to do is try to look for primary sources, I guess. Because I don't want to just, like, I mean, I'm going to probably write, like, a short summary of what I read on, like, maybe Wikipedia, but obviously that's not, like, you know, the best way to, like, study things, I guess. So, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to try to go to, like, a library, maybe. Like, I don't know if like libraries will have these kind of things though, but I'm gonna try to go to a library, right? And like see if I can find anything, and if that doesn't have anything, I'll go to a different library. I'll keep going until I find a library that has something. But I don't really know how I'm gonna be able to get like good researcher sources on these things. So I guess for now, what myths do we know? Koshei the Deathless? Is that... I mean, I guess it would be pretty easy to just... It would be easy to just kind of, like, look into it, I guess. Oh, Ivan. Ivan was mentioned in Dreadweights. Ah, God. Okay. What is attestation? What does that mean? Search. A declaration that something exists or is the case. Okay, so the first clear reference to Baba Yaga occurs in... Okay. So that's a source we have to look into. Ivan. Is that the same Ivan that she kidnaps or something? Huh. I think I spelled crochet extremely wrong. But this is actually a really great thing right here. Okay. Like, I guess a really good thing is that we have a really good starting off point compared to, like, the last research paper I did. Wait. Oh, shit. Okay. I messed up. So we're just gonna copy a few things from, what is it called? These are gonna be our little starting off points. So we have a little place of reference we can go to, or like what we can look into. But these are gonna be other things we can research. Now I know this, right? This is something, okay. The dress she wears is the same, or like is like the look of it looks very similar to Karen in Cooking Companions. So I don't know if this is gonna be important. And this one's related to crochet. On a side note, we need to fix this. We need to fix the title of this. Let me copy this and like just sort of see how you properly spell it. Yeah, I spelled it really badly. I apologize deeply. Wait, does it correct it for me? No. It just tells me it's wrong, but it doesn't tell me anything else. Okay, crochet. Crochet to deathless. RuneScape? What the f... Origin. The parallel figure Baba Yaga, as a rule, does not appear in the same tale with crochet, though exceptions exist where both appear together as a married couple or siblings. Huh. You know, a part of me is thinking, like, I probably went way in over my head on this kind of thing. Like, I'm only 10 minutes in, luckily, so I can't say, like, oh, like, this is hopeless. But, like, yeah, looking at, like, kind of just looking at it, like, just off the bat, it does feel overwhelming because it's kind of like, oh, there's so much information. But that's kind of the thing with history and folklore. I don't want to talk too much about that, and I want to continue like trying to research and like talk about the game itself. Because the thing is, I know that if someone were to like look into this and try to try to learn more about the game, it'll be really boring. Okay, Maria. In the tale, also known as Koschei the Deathless, Ivan encounters Koschei chained in his wife's Maria's dungeon. Is it Maria or Maria? He releases and revives Koschei, but Koschei abducts Maria. Ivan tries to rescue Maria several times, but Koschei's horse is too fast. Horse says something that wasn't mentioned in Dreadweight. He easily catches up with the escaping lovers. Each time Koschei's magical horse informs him that he can carry out several activities first to still catch up. After the third unsuccessful escape, Koschei cuts up Ivan and puts his body parts in a barrel, which he throws into the sea. However, the water of life revives Ivan. He then seeks out Baba Yaga to ask her for a horse swifter than Koschei's. After undergoing several trials, he steals a horse and finally successfully rescues Maria. Why did Maria chain him up, though? I mean, I guess we'll figure that out if we read that story. So this is already mentioned. The one that does not seem to... I guess it'll be easier to do bullet points for this. How do I do it? There we go. Paste. Um, there's a lot of information out already, so I do want to look into those and like. So far, what I do know. Okay, so like going into like, we're also going to probably have to look at Cooking Companion or like Dear Dream Studios like interviews and like comments and stuff like that. But the issue is, I think it's going to be very hard to actually gather that information successfully. Like if we go to their channel, then like that'll be pretty easy. But the issue is they comment on other channels as well and other places. So getting the information will like I can scour like Twitter, Reddit, and what's it called? YouTube comment sections, but there's only like a few places I'll like actually look and do well. So I'm gonna go look into that information probably last. Right? Ivan. Yeah, a lot of the things relating to crochet um, is very much what like kind of happens in Dreadweight. I'm also planning on playing the games on stream. Like I think it's kind of obvious. I know what happens in the game, and I kind of get a general gist of what's going on, like on a deeper level. So obviously, I'm not gonna be able to do the whole "Oh my god, guys, I can't believe this happened" kind of thing. Like I can't be really surprised. Like I'm easily jumpy. I get jump scared pretty easily, so that will be something, I guess, for a reaction. But because like I can't just like have a new reaction as I'm trying to figure things out, I'm gonna bring a friend along and make him play everything. Kinda like I'm trying to figure out how we're gonna do it. Cause the thing is, I don't know if I can actually get him to play it and have us be able to like stream the game successfully. Unless I don't know, I bring him to my house, but I don't know if like I would want him to do that. But I plan on documenting everything I can within the game if possible. Worst, like I think more likely than not, what's gonna happen is I'm going to be the one playing through it, but I'm gonna make him like make all the choices, I guess, and he's gonna be like the one reacting or whatever. I'm not sure like that's the best way to experience the game. Kind of playing alongside someone, but it's the best I could do. I'm sorry. On a side note, let's see. So far, okay, so these two have been mentioned before by other people as things that were, let me see, do I have a highlight? No. Tags. Spell check. Oh, that's what this is? Okay. I appreciate it. Insert code, clear formatting. Horizontal line. Oh, I could do that. Okay, so I don't think I can highlight anything. Okay, so but for these ones, we already know that they already appeared in both either Cooking Companion or Dreadway, or at least some mention of their story. Okay, so one thing. Okay, so quick Twitter mention. Hang on, let me see if I could pull it up. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to look for them. Okay, give me a second. Dear Dream Studios. Okay, I want to see if I can screenshot this. Will the new game be set in the same universe? I actually want to see what the Drayway protagonist looks like. If there's a third game, yes. Okay, so it's not confirmed. So it could end here. Which would be... if you give... Oh, that's kind of cute. I didn't realize. Oh, I think I know what this is gonna be a reference to. I'm not finding the correct tweet though. I think it's gonna be like that. Like, okay, so I'm looking at like the fan content because they're like retweeting a lot of it. Once everything is done, I want to make like an official video, I guess. Not maybe, or maybe a live stream. Is like whichever is easier for me, or whatever I think will be easier for me. I'm going to do that. Realistically speaking, it's probably gonna be like a live stream where I like just like what I want to do is a armchair expert. There's a lot of questions. I really should read these, but I need to find the fucking tweet so I can screenshot it and put it up. I need to hurry up, otherwise there's gonna be so much dead air, and then it's just gonna be bad if anyone finds it. What the fuck? There's so much stuff! God damn it, where is it? I swear to God, I saw it. Wait, what am I looking for? Oh yeah, that tweet. Okay, I know what I'm talking about now. Okay, scroll. Okay, I need to look. Okay, I definitely need to look at these because they answer a lot of questions. And something can be really good for theories. Wait, MatPat is not going to be the host of GT Live after a while? What the hell? God damn it! Why is there so many tweets? I swear to God, there wasn't this much like a few weeks ago. I mean, not a few weeks ago. Okay, okay, so I played it like okay. Here, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, how do I screenshot this? I need this. Okay, there we go. That took so fucking long. Holy shit. Okay, we're gonna take that down real quick and I'm gonna insert something in. This is gonna look so unorganized. I'm so sorry. How do I insert something? Insert code? I wonder if I can insert anything into this because... What's this? Right, no, this is like making another notebook. I would imagine I can, but I might not be able to do it on computer. I don't know. Oh, hang on. This insert image, yeah. Local. Okay, so where did it get sent to? I didn't pay attention. Okay, it didn't get sent here. No. Pictures? Yeah, this one. Okay. Wow, we don't have a lot of pictures, do we? Okay. That should work now? Here we go. So this tweet right here. Most of the characters in Driveways are a mix of well-established designs and tropes, except for Dimitri. Wait. I think I read that wrong originally. I was just like trying to go fast. I'm sorry. Okay, so the reason why I took this was because I thought it meant like well-established folklore, so all the characters are somewhat related to some kind of folklore except Dimitri. And that guy was like, okay, that helps a lot. That means everyone is, there's something that everyone has going on except him. No, I think it's just he was specifically inspired by something. Whoops. Well, I took a lot of time looking for it, so it's staying. But I don't think it's as important as I thought it would be. Fuck. It's good motivation. Dimitri's my favorite character in the whole series right now. Shit, I'm dying. Alright, so far we have a bunch of starting points. In the 20 minutes we spent, we have starting points. So, okay, so let's see. Let me see if, okay, I'm gonna increase the font size by a bit and also bold it. Same thing with this one. So far all of these are kind of just reference points. I'll try to clean this up if I can. Let me see. What can I do? Can I tab this one over? No, I can't. That sucks. Oh, that's interesting. It's like space. It just inserts a certain amount of space. Okay. This would be easier if I use like either Google Doc or Word Doc, I think. But I don't want to accidentally reveal any information, so that's why I'm doing it here. Let's see. In that case, I think we're gonna just start from the starting point. Also, because Ivan was mentioned, I do want to look into this story specifically. Like, Ivan is very important to Dreadway, but more so background important. Like, he's kind of like... Okay, so, I'll try to... Am I still live? Is my thing airing on, like, just this end, or... I can't tell if I'm down, or if, it's just this. I think it's just this. Okay. Yeah. Let me refresh it then. Okay, I'm really scared I might have lost, like, some data, but I don't think anything really changed that much. Or at least I hope not. On a side note, the songs they use for their, like, trailers for Dreadway and Cooking Companion have been stuck in my head. Like, I've been listening to Koino Radio a lot, and I also really like, what's it called? What's the other one called? Sunshiny Days? That one is pretty fun. Alright, so continuing on, this is probably the best thing we could start out with currently, because, I mean, like I said, we don't have a lot of things to go off of right now, so let's just work with that, I guess. I wonder if I could find it at a library and just, like, read it from there. Okay, so this is, like, academic. 213 pages. This might all be in, like, Russian. And if it is, I can't really... Yeah, I think it's all in Russian, so I'm gonna need to find some kind of English translation if I can. This is I guess, somewhat interesting. Maybe not interesting, but this is like. Okay, so how do I explain it? Okay, I'm sorry, my brain just like aired out. But this kind of thing is pretty, like, kind of the hardest thing about researching a different culture. Like, having this information spread out past the culture and being able to do like a deep dive into like these kind of things is really difficult. Like, I just want to say how commendable it is, or like, I'm not sure if commendable is the right word, because it makes it seem like they're doing like a really brave action or like a really noble cause, but I don't think that's like exactly right. More like how, like, because I feel like saying that is really weird. It is like let's say people do not understand like American culture or something, and then like I make a game all about American culture, and then like people like it become more interested and study up on it because of that or something. Like, I don't think that's like a really brave or commendable thing. It's just like something like important to you, so you use it, right? Um, but it's more like what I guess the best way I can describe it is how do I okay. I guess the best way to describe it is how important it is, right? Like, because like people, when they make games that are cross culture, they don't like it is probably sometimes the only way you could get a look into the culture. Like, recently I watched this, okay, not recently, when it first came out, Paper Will, he made a video about entertainment in North Korea, and like like sort of like the timeline and like history of how it evolved, and like how other, like, why it is so important to the culture, and also like, also not just that, but a somewhat deep dive into like the lives of North Koreans and how how things work there to some degree. And some of these things that he found, like for example, the rock band only had like a few thousand views at the time, and that was, and probably some of it was boosted because of him as well. And like, I don't know, like, how you would find these kind of things, right? Like, that, like, is it takes a lot of work and a lot of time to fully research someone else's culture, especially if you have no starting point, and not to mention no way into it, right? Like, there's a lot of barriers for entry, especially if information is being suppressed. Now, in this case, I don't think information is being suppressed, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like I have a lot of things to say about those kind of topics, but I do want to try to keep to the research, because what is it called? First rule book. Interesting way of describing it. Is there an English copy? I wonder if like just putting English will work. We might have hit like a bit of a dead end with this already. Okay. First rule book was on the basis of formulating, as well as specific spellings rules set forth in. Okay. Yeah, so I don't really see anything immediately, but yet again, Google isn't really good for finding things anymore. So maybe okay, let's move on to this one. This one's a little bit more important for. Maria, the warrior princess from the Russian fairy tale The Death of Koschei the Deathless. There's a perfume with that name, but that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, so this is actually... Okay, so it's not... Okay, so the story title seems to actually be The Death of Koschei the Deathless. Let's see. PDF. Also, another thing is... Okay, so this is something I'm going to have to acknowledge right off the bat. Okay, well, I guess not technically right off the bat. We are 30 minutes in. But because this is like everything is originate from a different language, the information I get could theoretically be wrong to some degree because I'm looking like the translation I got isn't perfect, and I don't know any Russian or Slavic or anything myself, so I'm sorry about that. I'll try to like... Also, another thing is, this story very much takes place in our world. And, like, what I mean by that is, like, sometimes games, they will vaguely reference where they're from. Or if they, like, outright tell you where they're from, like, how often does it, like, actually matter to the story, right? Like, it doesn't usually mean much. Like, they could be like, oh, this story takes place in New York City. But it doesn't really, like, I guess, like, it maybe shows landmarks from New York City from time to time or something. But other than that, it doesn't really... Knowing that they're in New York City doesn't change the story or affect the story at all. Or doesn't give you more insight into the characters, really. Like, maybe it, like, gives you a little, like, basis on why the characters act the way they are. Because they are working off of New York American culture, right? Maybe so. But a lot of times it's kind of like, either it's kind of like, oh, we are in a city. We are in my childhood town. Nice place. Or like they make up a whole different place that's kind of based off of some place in real life, but like it doesn't matter too much. Or it does matter, blah, blah, blah. Usually the location matters more in fantasy. But when we are in the real world, I guess, or this world, the location usually doesn't matter. But here, the location, or like in this series, the location and the history very much matters. The first game takes place in Ukraine, and I talked about it in, like, I guess the first stream. Though I did point out it is a bit outdated and the information isn't very good because I was just rambling on about my feelings towards the games. But the second game takes place in Germany, and that's something I didn't say in the first one because I don't think I really knew for sure. But it definitely takes place in, like, no, actually I don't think I knew at all. But the game takes place in, like, Germany. So that's another thing that I'm gonna have to do with this, but I think it'll be in a different document. Basically the real world history behind everything that has happened, and then I'm gonna try to make a full timeline on what has happened. And then I'm gonna try to do an armchair expert style, like, live stream if I can. But from what I've seen, I think I found okay, so there seems to be a lot of places I can look. Also, it looks like this is something that people might have studied on. Let's see. Because there's a study.com thing for this, but not for Baba Yaga. I mean, to be honest, Baba Yaga is a character that, like, shows up in multiple stories, I guess, if that makes sense. So maybe that's why. But Koschei the Deathless seems like it would be an easier point to start from. But, like, immediately I found, like, 2 different variations of the story. Okay, so there's one by Full Reads, and it reads more like a novel, I guess. Okay, in a certain kingdom there lived a Prince Ivan. He had 3 sisters. The first was Princess Maria. The second the Princess Olga and the third Princess Anna. When their father and mother lay at the point of death, they had thus enjoined their son, "Give your sisters in marriage to the very first suitors who come to woo them. Don't go keeping them by you." Okay, so that's the full Reeves version. And then this one. Maria... actually doesn't seem that different. Okay, so this... Okay, I think both of them are by Andrew Lang, possibly? Yeah, they're both by Andrew Lang, that's why. Okay, so... Okay, that makes it easier. It's just like the formatting was different. Okay. So we have something. So we can immediately start writing about Koshé. I heard a phone go off. What the hell? Where's my phone? What the hell? Hang on. Let me go look for it real quick. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to do that. I'll have to do that before. Yay. Okay, so. Am I allowed to just read it out? I mean, it's on. Like, I feel like I should buy it, right? Okay, so I guess this is the official version. Unless, like, I can... Like, I want to just read it out and, like... But the thing is, like, I'm scared that it's copyrighted. So when did this get written? Koshé the Deathless and Other Fairy Tales. Sticky note on Kindle, Scribble, publication date July 15, 2014. So, theoretically speaking, the copyright wouldn't have expired on this, but... Yeah, so it does have a price, so I feel like I should buy it. That's... It was also, like, out... Like, just... Oh, there's a TV tropes page for this? Really? Oh my god! Okay, well, I guess we're not going to read it out loud? Or... I'll only read out parts that seem interesting, I guess. How am I gonna do this? I do want to actually buy the book though, but more so a physical copy if I can, because that makes it easier for me. Oh my god, library. Okay, I'm gonna actually search it up and see if I can find if it exists at any of the libraries near me. That'll be one thing I can do, but I will start reading a bit of it if I can now. I don't want this stream to just end on nothing. Koshé the Deathless. Okay, so... Mike... Koshé in Hell? I don't think that's the same thing, huh? Yeah, so this seems to be more like inspired. Fairy tales retold. Yeah, we don't want that. Okay. Hmm. So I got an idea of what I can do. But for now, we'll just read a bit ahead. So when does Crochet show up? So currently, the beginning of the story is basically Ivan and Maria are siblings, and their parents have died, and basically the parents are saying, let them get married, don't try to keep them to yourself or something. I don't know what exactly that means. Oh, he has multiple sisters, but I don't know if they're going to be important. So let's see. Skipping, okay, not skipping, but like going on ahead is mostly talking about the marriage in the beginning. The falcon married Maria and bore her away into his own realm. I don't know, like, what does that mean? Like, because like my first instinct was like he was boring to her, but I don't think that's what it meant. I think it's more like he took her to his own realm and like took care of her or got her pregnant. I mean, I don't know, but well, it's like I kind of know what it means, but I don't know exactly what it means. Like my brain is kind of like pointing at something, but not fully there. Okay, so everyone's married to like a different bird. That's cool. The almighty host have been slain by the fair Princess Maria. What the fuck? What did you do? God, what a horrible marriage. Okay, he couldn't help doing so. The moment Maria, Morovana? God, I'm so sorry. I'm trying my best, I promise. Had gone, he rushed to the closet and pulled open the door and looked in. There hung Koshchei the Deathless, feathered by 12 chains. Then Koshchei entreated Prince Ivan, saying, have pity upon me and give me a drink. 10 years long have I been here in torment, neither eating nor drinking. My throat is utterly dried up. How can he talk, if that's the case, though? I mean, yet again, it's not like it's like supposed to be like super realistic. The prince gave him a bucket full of water. He drank it up and asked for more, saying, a single bucket will not quench my thirst. Give me more. I wonder how, like, okay. So I wonder how immortality will work at this point. Like, because the thing is, drinking too much water is also really bad for you. And, like, okay, so, you know how when you don't eat for a long time, you can't just eat a lot right away, right? And like that's not how it works. Plus, even if you like, let's say, like there's only a limit to how much your stomach can really fill up, right? So even let's say you don't like you eat in an interval of like every 6-ish hours while you're awake or something. It's not like if you don't eat for like 18 hours that you're suddenly going to be able to eat those 3 meals in one go. You probably could eat more than usual, but you won't be able to just do that, right? So not relevant really, but we shouldn't be judging old folklores for their logic anyways. That's what the fuck? He regained his former strength and gave his chain a shake and broke all 12 at once. Thanks, Prince Ivan, cried Koschei the Deathless. Now you will sooner see your own ears than Maria. Out of the window. Wait, and out of the window he flew in the shape of a terrible whirlwind. And he came up with a fair princess as she was going her way, laid hold of her, and carried her off home with him. But Prince Ivan wept full sore, and had arranged himself and set out wandering, saying to himself, whatever happens, I will go and look for Maria. One day passed, another day passed, and at the dawn of a third day he saw a wondrous palace, and by the side of the palace stood an oak, and on the oak sat a falcon bright. Down flew the falcon from the oak, smote upon the ground, turned into a brave youth, and cried out loud. Why did Mario chain up Koschei, and why did Koschei immediately go capture her and just like take off with her? Wait, with them, Prince Ivan stopped 3 days. Then he said, I cannot stay any longer. I'm going to look for my wife, the fair Princess Maria. Huh. Actually, I'm gonna search something up real quick. So I see a lot of videos talking about Koschei, but I don't know if like there's exactly any of them reading it out, or especially from the translation I'm using. Oh hey, that's me! There might be some, but like, I don't know. Well, because of that, I'm really worried about like continuing to read out too much, because I'm scared that this is copyrighted material, and I'm scared that what I've already read is a bit too much. Like, I'm trying to space everything out, but I don't know. Alright, so continuing on. So outran the Princess Anna, greeted him joyfully, and began kissing and embracing him. After you know, I understand why the parents told him to let his sisters get married and not to stop them. No, it's a different time. It's okay. Maybe it's normal to kiss your siblings. They didn't specify where he kissed them. She kissed him. Prince Ivan stayed with them 3 days, and then he said, "Farewell, I'm going to look for my wife, the fair Princess Maria." Wasn't she your sister? Wasn't she your sister? Didn't she marry a falcon? Or the falcon? Or whatever? Okay, let's see. The prince... Okay. "Oh, Prince Ivan, why did you disobey me and go looking into the closet and letting out Koschei, the Deathless?" "Forgive me, Maria, not remembering not the past. Much better fly with me while Koschei the Deathless is out of sight. Perhaps he won't catch us." So is Ivan the falcon in this story? Oh, wait, what's going on? To be honest, I'm skimming through it a little bit because I can't read everything, or at least I'm not sure if I can read everything else. So I'm trying to tiptoe around, if that makes sense. Okay. So they got ready and fled. Now Koschei was out hunting. Towards evening, he was returning home where his good steed stumbled upon him. Prince Ivan has come and carried off Maria. Is it possible to catch them? It is possible to sow wheat, to wait till it grows up and reap it, and thresh it, to grind it to flour and make 5 pies out of it. Then to start in pursuit, and even then, be in time. Koschei gallops off to catch up with Prince Ivan. Oh god. Okay. So they got ready and fled. As Koschei the Deathless was returning home, his good steed stumbled beneath him. Prince Ivan has come and carried it off. Is it possible to catch them? Koschei gallops off and caught up to Prince Ivan. Didn't I tell you that you should not see Maria any more than your own ears? Oh yeah, I guess during this time, did mirrors exist during this time? Because I don't know. Oh shit! What the? Oh crap! That scared me. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Sorry, I was just asking too many questions. So, Ivan and Maria are married? Yeah, I'm gonna want to take notes on this. Okay, so actually, let's just sum up what we've read so far. We are page, like... We're... Wait. So there's only 5 pages. So yeah, we're pretty far into the story, I guess. Wasn't there 200 pages though? Unless like the book Andrew Lang made, this is only a part of it. Okay, so let me, I guess, sum up what we have so far. So... Let me send Dimitri out of the way. Oh wait, is it spelled like this? I'm sorry, I'm not good with English. I'm just good with spelling English. Okay, possibly Ivan. I want to know who the artist for like Dreadweights is, because I really like the art for the game. Especially Dimitri. Like More so the CGs though. The CGs are all very beautiful in my opinion. Like also the horror part of it is like really terrifying. I love how it's drawn. It gives me nightmare. It gave me nightmares at night when I first like played through it. But the CGs are all really beautiful and like adorable. And I think Manly pointed this out, but the sprites for the game look different than like the art for the game. Like the CGs, like the CG and like the sprites, they have a different shading. Also a little bit different like anatomy. Or not, maybe not anatomy, but proportion. So. Because like he keeps saying like Ivan married Maria, but like at the beginning it said like he was her brother. So I don't know, man. Okay. Away. Crochet. Oh yeah, I guess we're gonna have to title this part so we know what we're talking about. Okay. Missed this. Whee! Okay, let's bold it. Let us fly. Okay, so I think the falcon is Ivan. To some degree. Right. And he took her away and carried her off home with him. Prince Ivan was left there alone. He wept and wept, and then he went back after Maria. Kalshay happened to be away at home at the time. Let us fly away. Ah, Prince Ivan, I'm sure he'll catch us and hew you in pieces. Let him hew away. I cannot live without you. So, like, the let's fly away, like, maybe he is the falcon. Or, I don't know. Okay, so Koshai gallops off, catches Prince Ivan, and chops him into little pieces, puts them in a barrel, smear it with pitch, and bounds it with iron loops, and flung it into the blue sea. But Maria, he carried off home. At the time, the silver articles turned black, which Prince Ivan had left with his brothers-in-law. Ah, said they, the evil accomplished sure enough. The eagles hurried towards the blue sea, caught hold of the barrel, and then dragged it ashore. The falcon flew away for the water of life, then the raven for the water of death. Okay, so he's not the falcon exactly. So all of these birds are the birds that his sisters married. I'm gonna have to reread this. Okay, after all three met, broke open the barrel, took out the remains of Prince Ivan, washed them, and put them together in fitting order. The raven sprinkled with the water of death, the pieces together, joined together. The body became home. The falcon sprinkled it with the water of life. Prince Ivan Shutter stood up and said, "Ah, what a time I had been sleeping." I guess he doesn't remember how he died then. Not so, brothers. I shall go look for Maria. I feel like I may have went into this like this seemed like a fun idea, but I feel so confused. Or more so, I feel like I'm so nervous because it's like there's so much I know I don't know, and it's like, I'm trying my best, I promise. Oh. I want to read through their Twitter eventually. Like, I'm gonna try to, like, gather as much information on what I can canonize. So so the reason why I did this stream, and also the reason why I'm looking more into these kind of things to get like a better picture of what's going on, is because of the streamer slash YouTuber slash voice actor named Alt Tab Horror, if I remember correctly. I think that's her name. Alt Tab Horror, is it? Let me see. Yeah, I think it's... Yeah. So interestingly enough, she says that she mostly does theory videos for cooking companions. Or like if she makes theory videos, she does it primarily for cooking companions, and I guess dread weights. Which makes sense. The elevator. Why does that look so familiar? So it's because of her recent video. I saw the story of Dreadways before the game release. So she did it like right before the game release, right? And all the things she mentions, like she got some things wrong, but like most of the major details, not only were they not only were they correct, I would say, from like what we learned later in the game, but also like it makes sense, right? And because of that, I kind of realized like I didn't know any of it, and it made me really curious to continue like to look into everything, because I want to be able to put a full timeline for cooking companions and dreadweights, and like analyze the characters and what everything means. And I will somewhat update my first stream, I guess, by the end, and kind of just give like my general thoughts if I can. But for better lore and stuff like that, look to her, not me. Because I mean, to be honest, like this is like what her video was more scripted, I guess. Not like, I'm not sure like that's the right word, but more planned out. I didn't plan this out. I'm just going, like, I'm literally studying. Hmm. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay, here, Baba Yaga is mentioned. I think when I'm finished reading this, I'll end the stream. Like, yeah, I got, like, no information, realistically speaking. I only got, like, starting points and kind of, like, general reference points I can point to. But, I don't, like, honestly kind of trying to study and also make sure I talk so there's not, like, a lot of dead air is kind of difficult. So, I think this is something that I would just continue on doing off stream a bit, and like basically I'll try to continue doing this as like a mini series, but I'll try to sum up what I've gotten and maybe do a little bit more research on stream. But I don't know when that will be. I want to try to finish setting everything up for my channel before I do that though. So I'll try to do that maybe Thursday. Okay, beyond thrice 9 lands in the 13th kingdom, on the other side of the fiery river, there lives a Baba Yaga. She has so good a mare that she flies right around the world on it every day, and she has many other splendid mares. I watched her herd for 3 days without losing a single mare, and in return for that, the Baba Yaga gave me a foal. But how do you get across? Wait. Okay. Maria listened to all of this and repeated it to Prince Ivan, and she carried off the handkerchief and gave it to him. So he managed to get across the fiery river, then went on to Baba Yaga. Long went he on without getting anything, either to eat or drink. At last he came across an outlandish bird and its young one. Says Prince Ivan, "I will eat one of these chickens." "Don't eat it, Prince Ivan," begged the outlandish bird. "Sometime or the other I'll do a good turn." He went on further and saw a hive of bees in the forest. "I'll get a bit of honeycomb," he says. "Don't disturb my honey, Prince Ivan," exclaimed the queen bee. "Sometime or other I'll do you a good turn," and he didn't disturb it, but went on. Presently he met a lioness with her cub. Anyhow, what the Anyways, I'll eat this lion cub, he says. "I'm so hungry, I feel quite well." "Please leave us alone," Prince Ivan begged the lioness. "Sometime or the other I'll do you a good turn." "Very well, have it your own way," he says. Hungry and faint, he wanders on. He walked further and further, and at last where he stood, the house of Baba Yaga. Round the house were set 12 poles in the circle, and on each of the 11 of these poles were stuck a human head. Oh, Oh, Yeah, I guess that's what that is what is expected. Yep. The 12th alone remained unoccupied. Well, got some good news. For her, not you. "Hail, Prince Ivan, where have you come? Wherefore have yon come? Is it on your own accord or on compulsion?" Oh, that line. Is it of your own accord or is it on compulsion? Did you come here by your free will or was it by force or something like that? So how are you? I forgot how you answer this exactly. I think it's like 75% of my free will and 65% of my own compulsion. Which, yeah, bad math. But, you know, that's not the point. Supernaturals don't really care about, like, the human rules and, like, the world's general rule. "I've come to earn from you a heroic steed." "So it be, Prince. You will have to serve a year with me, but just 3 days. If you take good care of my mares, I'll give you a heroic steed. But if you don't, why then, you mustn't be annoyed at finding your head stuck on top of the last pole there." Prince Ivan agreed to these terms. The Baba Yaga gave him food and drink and bade him set about his business. But the moment he'd driven the mares afield, they cocked up their tails, and away they tore across the meadows in all directions. Before the prince had time to look round, they were all out of sight. Thereupon he began to weep and disquiet himself, and then he sat upon a stone and went to sleep. But when the sun was nearing its setting, the outlandish bird came flying to him and awakened him, saying, "Arise, Prince Ivan, the mayor are all home now." The prince arose and returned home. There the Baba Yaga was storming and raging at her mares and shrieking, "Wherever did you come home for? How could we help coming home?" Said they. There came flying birds from every part of the world, and all but plucked their eyes out. Well, tomorrow don't go galloping around over the meadows, but disperse amid the thick forest. Prince Ivan slept all night. In the morning, Baba Yaga said to him, "Mind, Prince, if you don't take good care of the mares, if you lose merely one of them, your head will be stuck onto that pole." Okay, let's see. So she's basically trying to get him killed, but not doing it directly. Or more so she's trying to she made him accept these terms and she's sabotaging it, I guess. It's more like the better way of saying it. Okay. He drove the mares amid field. Immediately they cocked up their tails and dispersed amongst the thick forest. Again did the prince sit down on the stone, wept, and then go to sleep. The sun went down beyond the forest. Up came running the lioness. "Arise, Prince Ivan, the mares are all collected." Prince Ivan arose and went home. More than ever did Baba Yaga storm at her mares and shriek, "Whatever did you come back home for? How could we help coming home? The beasts of prey came running at us from all parts of the world, and all but merely tore us utterly to pieces. Will tomorrow run off into the blue sea?" Again did Prince Ivan sleep through the night. The next morning Baba Yaga set him forth to watch the mares. "If you don't take good care of them," says she, "your bold head will be stuck on that pole." He drove the mares afield. Immediately they cocked up their tails, dispersed from sight, and fled into the blue sea. There they stood up to their necks in the water. Prince Ivan sat down on the stone, wept, and fell asleep. Well, I feel like this is the more manageable one because they can't go underwater fully, so you can see where they are. Like, they're fast, but theoretically you can see them and, like, catch them. At least a few of them, like, slowly. Up came a flying bee and said, "Arise, Prince, the mare all collected. But when you come home, don't let Baba Yaga set eyes on you, but go into the stable and hide behind the mangers." Mangers, I think. There you will find a sorry caught rolling in the muck. Do you steal it, and at the dead of night ride away from the house. Prince Ivan arose, slipped into the stable, and lie down behind the mangers, while Baba Yaga was storming away at her mare, shrieking, "Why did you come back? How could we help coming back? There came flying bees in countless numbers from all parts of the world and began stinging at us from all sides until the blood came." The Baba Yaga went to sleep. In the dead of night, the Prince Ivan stole the sorry colt, saddled it, and jumped on his back and galloped away out to the fiery sea. When he came across the sea, he waved the handkerchief 3 times on the right hand, and suddenly, springing goddess knows whence, there hung across the sea, high in the air, a splendid bridge. The prince rode across the bridge and waved the handkerchief twice only on the left hand. There remained across the river a thin, ever so thin, a bridge. When Baba Yaga got up in the morning, the sorry colt was not to be seen. Off she set in pursuit. Oh no. Just like Dread waits. At full speed did she fly in her iron mortar, trying it on with the pestle, sweeping away her trace of the broom. She dashed up the fiery river, gave a glance, and said, "A capital bridge. If Koshte catches us, you will be cut to pieces again. No, he won't catch us. I have a splendid heroic steed now. It flies just like a bird." So they got on the back and flown away. Koshte the Deathless was returning home when his horse stumbled beneath him. "Well, I can't stand it," says, "I will pursue." After a time, he came up with Prince Ivan, lighted on the ground, and was to chop him up with his sharp sword. But the moment Prince Ivan's horse, small, Koshchei the Deathless, full swing with his hoofs, cracked his skull, and the prince made an end to him with a club. Afterwards, the prince heaped up a pile of wood, set it on fire, and burned Koshchei the Deathless on a pyre, and scattered his ashes in the wind. Then Maria mounted Koshchei's horse, and Prince Ivan got on his own. They rode away to visit first the raven, then the eagle, and then the falcon. Wherever they went, they met with a joyful greeting. Ah, Prince Ivan, we never expected... Shit! Oh my god. We never expected to see you again. Well, it wasn't for nothing that you gave yourself so much trouble. Such beauty as Maria, one might search for the whole world over to find one just like her. So they visited, feasted, and afterwards they went off to their own realm. Okay, so going back to like the little notes we read. Okay, that is not Ivan. We know that. But it's to I'm just gonna say maybe the sister thing has just been retcon. I don't know. or it's not, but it's okay. Okay. Wait, no. Koshchei. Okay, Koshchei. The birds are like all husbands of his sisters, by the way. And that's important, I guess, but you know, not important enough for me to put in the notes, I guess. Get a horse better than Koshchei's. Also, another part of why I wanted this tweet anyways was because I just had a nice picture to look at. Like, to be, like, well, okay, so I do want to talk about, like, how I feel about the games and stuff like that. But I just kind of want to also just say, like, I find Dimitri to be a very charming character. I really like him. he makes the game really... He's a huge part of the reason why I became so obsessed with Dreadweight. Because if it was just for, if it was just for lore, I'm not completely sure I would be, like, nearly, like, as obsessed, I guess. Like, I wouldn't be willing to try to look into it as much as I'm trying to do right now. And, like, planning on, like, making, like, a whole timeline video and stuff like that. Doing a research, like, full-on research if I can. And, like... I can't even, like, I have, like, I know why, I guess, if I had to, like, explain it, why I like him so much. But, you know, that, like, who cares? It just makes me happy. It gives me motivation to continue, like, researching and, like, doing this. I do want to do more theory videos if I can. Baba. Yeah, good. My chest hurts. Oh god. Okay. Okay. Crochet. Okay. So I think this is all sums it up pretty well. And then they live happily ever after married. So I think we're gonna stop for now. Because, like I said, I don't know how much I can. I think, like, it'll be better for me if I can do it off stream so I can do it more quietly. And so I could, like, I don't know. Because, like studying on a stream is weird, I guess. But I do want to sort of get a good grasp on the Baba Yaga stuff and the history. That way I can have full context before I play the game. If that makes sense. Because I am planning on doing it. And I guess, like, okay, so if I'm gonna, like, I think my outdated stream, I do still agree with my opinions, but I do also acknowledge that my opinions came from a place of, like, what's it called, ignorance as well, like, or more so I didn't have information to have more opinions. So I will keep that up. But I want to, like, I guess what will happen when I do stream it is there will be a point of view where it's, like, someone who's more informed of what's going on and someone who's not informed of what's going on. And I do want to, I do want to just basically say nothing during our first playthrough of the game, and then, you know, have him try to see how much he could figure out, and if like at the end he wants me to tell him what's going on, I'll tell him. Otherwise, you know, this is gonna be it. Thank you for attending, and hopefully we'll have more information. So this has been sort of read through, so I guess I'll strike through it as a way to say I kind of looked into it a little bit more. But in all honesty, I could look into it a little bit more anyways. So maybe I'll come back to it. Also, I don't think I have enough written down for Baba Yaga. Like, I want to fully write down what her situation is and how she works. And maybe look into their Twitter a little bit more. I guess. How do you spell relevant? Oh no. Oh my god, that's so helpful. I didn't realize you could do that. Oh, that's cool. So you left click, not right click. Okay. That's interesting. Thank you. Relevant tweets. What do you call them now that the, like, Twitter is X? I don't respect it. I am not going to call it X. But what would you even call these now? Oh my god, exclamations! I'm exclaiming something, guys! Okay, it works. Like, I'm more used to tweets. Tweets sound nicer than like, I'm exclaiming something. Like, I'm tweeting something. Exclamation is just such a mouthful, guys. Alright, so I'll keep this for now. I'll try to gather more things, do a little bit more off-screen research. Maybe I'll do another stream where I, like, finish up on everything. and like show any updates. But other than that, yeah, this is gonna be it. Thank you. Thank you. Yay. Do 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 do.